start out, and I'm going to purposely make an island here. I'm going to try to purposely make an island here, and then show you how to clear those islands, alright? My grinder of choice is just a hammerstone. This is one of my hammerstones that I do percussion work with, but I use it as a grinder. So the first thing I'm going to do is just really grind this flat edge down, and just get a nice coating of that white dust that coats. As you can see, it turned white. That's what it looks like without it. That's white, see? Watch. You can see where I did it. So, get that white dust. Alright. Flaker. This is just a hand flanker. It's a little long hand flanker. I can't find my other one, so I rigged this up. This is just, I believe it's a piece of 4-gauge grounding wire. And I got it drilled back to about here. There's no set screw. It's drilled a little bigger, and I just put a couple little pieces of leather lacing in there, shove it in, make it tight, work it. As it gets too small, I pull it out and put a few BBs in there just to stack it up. That way it doesn't keep sliding down. Put the leather back until I work it up to where I can't use it anymore, and then I cut a new piece, put it in. That's how you get around not having a set screw. Alright, set screws are great. My other one has a set screw, 2 set screws actually. But anyhow, alright. Everybody knots different. Issue sticks different. I knot with a hand flaker. Alright, and I don't use my legs like a lot of people do. Okay, I tend to set my flaker on the side of my pad, alright, and then I put my point on, and I use that flaker as a fulcrum, as a pivoting point. So it's staying on the pad, I'm just rolling it and rocking it. Alright, so this little longer of a flaker here, I can get a little more leverage if I even come back here. You just got to have that down pressure to keep it against there. Then I pop in, and I can put a lot of inward force that way. Alright, by using that pivot point like this. Alright, that's me personally. I know a lot of guys who will knot like this, and you know, they'll squeeze their legs, and I do that sometimes, but this is how I got used to doing it, and it works for me. Alright, so I'm just going to take a few pops up here first real quick. Alright, so you can see I almost went halfway. That's primarily what you want to do. Alright, maybe just a little longer. Alright, so I'm going to come down maybe half of an inch, okay? Then we're going to pop another one. Oops, make sure you keep your hand out of the way there. That's perfect. See how it went halfway. I'll just put a little more pressure on it, and the more you do this, the more refined you can get to where you get it. To practice this, really, you can take a Sharpie marker and just draw a line straight down your piece, and goal is every flake go and stop at that Sharpie marker. That'll really teach you control of your pressure flaking if you really want to gain control over that. So you set up a goal line, and then you try to get every flake to that goal line and not further and not in front of. That's another practice that you can do. Come back down here for a while. Alright, I went a little farther than I needed to on purpose. Alright, I'm just going to do a couple all over the place, and we'll set up an island here for you guys. Do a light one. Come over here, do a light one. here you got an island right here. You can see the island right there in the middle, right? Alright. If you are in the early stage like I am and you have a lot of side left, you can get this without setting up a platform. You can just bite a little deeper as long as you don't go above that halfway mark, and you can usually blow right on through it. Okay, if it's in the later stages, after you've already zigzagged your corner, your edge, or stitched your edge, zigzag, or crisscross, however you want to say it, then you'd have to set up your platforms and get them that way. Alright, so this one I'll do the early stage and show you how to get this one. Alright, so I'm going to bring it up close here. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to see this. So, alright. So you see the ridges. Ridges are high points, the high points, alright? And flakes follow ridges. So that's the key to getting these islands, is to follow a ridge. I like to go into a point on the end. It seems to work always better. So we're going to follow this one right here, this ridge. Alright, I'm going to grind this edge right there, right on that point. I'm going to grind it down again just to get it nice and dusty right there so I can bite. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing I did, but I'm going to put extreme pressure in. Okay? I'm not going to push down on this. I'm not going to push down on that. Everything is going to go from this side to this side. No pressure downwards. And we're just going to shoot a flake. If you can put enough pressure, and I can push a flake that'll go all the way off the other side here if you put enough pressure. Okay? So you just have to learn to put that pressure inwards to gain that distance of those flakes. Alright, once you learn how to do that, you're going to be slowing yourself down because you're going to be doing overshots all the time, and you don't want to do overshots. Alright, you want to keep them right in the middle. So I'm going to set this up right here on that, ridge. We can come over here to that ridge there. It's coming in on a corner. You can also curve them around as well sometimes. And being that it's this low, we can possibly could also shoot one all the way up like a flute after we cleared all this. But we're gonna go in right here is my way right there. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna take my braidor, my grinder. I like this hammer stone, like I said. It leaves a nice dust. I'll braid just to put dust. I'm not knocking down the edge or anything. I'm going to line up my... Now I'm going to have to go a little an angle. I'm not going straight. I'm going to go a little of an angle. So I'm going to set my piece a little on an angle so that my cutout here in my pad lines straight up with where I want to clear it from. Alright. That way everything clears and doesn't stop and hinge. I'm going to put that right here. We're going to go almost halfway up. And then I'm just going to put extreme pressure inwards and pop it. Alright, let's see if we got it. Boom. Gone. Just like that. See that? One pop and it's gone. Just follow that ridge. Make sure you grind. Make sure you have a solid platform. And you can shoot flakes all the way across your pieces if you practice. Alright guys? I'll try to do a little bit better of a video for you. But this is what I could do for you in a spur of the moment here, real fast. So give that a try, practice it. You're not going to get it every time. The later in the stages you get, the easier it is to break your piece trying to do this as well. So be careful with that. Never get above that center line. Alright, you can see right here where I took that chunk and it was almost at the center line. Alright, center line being, you know, right down that center. Alright, don't go above that when you're trying to do it, and you'll be alright. Don't push downward pressure on you when you support. Don't squeeze. Don't squeeze with your fingers. Kind of just support it so it doesn't wiggle. Alright, but I put a few fingers back behind the piece to stop it from moving forward, and then I put 1 or 2 fingers just on top to stop it from folding and rocking as I'm going to do it. Alright, so these fingers just stop it from rocking. I'm not pressing. And these fingers stop it from pushing back. Alright, that's important, of not pushing back or not moving when you're pushing pressure inwards. So you gotta have this pushing back as well as this way. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.